Hello and welcome to Cat's Cradle, a 5e Dungeons and Dragons sort of mini campaign hosted on the Dice Cult. Welcome.
Yay!
Oh man.
It feels so long between 2 weeks.
I know it feels like both a really long time and also a very short amount of time, considering the break between last episode and the episode before was like a month.
That's
solid
true.
Month.
We had a holiday break. Yeah, that's true.
So it feels both like a long time and it really sprung up very quickly.
And this is only episode 4 of this, which it feels like it's gone a while because it's been 2.5 months or so that we've been playing this one, but it's the 4th one, so.
We're getting there. All right. I think we shall just hop into it. Cool. In the story thus far, we have followed 3 haphazard wizards, Germaine, Mud, and Clementine, who have gotten stuck in some kind of strange labyrinthine demi-plane prison thing. After an alarming earthquake, they climbed a pile of evil items that fell from the ceiling, navigated a section of strange branching tunnels, and entered a room that resembled an Arctic tundra. After fleeing some undead mammoths and escaping some strange ghost lights that tried to lure them into an icy, spidery trap, they dove down into the strange ravine that crossed the landscape. There they found rows and rows of doors trapped in the ice walls, and after breaking through that ice, they landed in a hallway that allowed them access to those doors. Mud cast detect magic, which led them to a human body, a new human body that Germaine has never seen before and therefore never collected, trapped in the walls as well and wearing a magic amulet. An identify spell named the amulet as an amulet of proof against detection and location, with the additional identifier of being a key. A key to what? You don't know. They broke him free, and Germaine brought him back to sort of life. And now he's stuck to Mud's side. His hand is on your shoulder, Mud. And you also discovered Basil, the crotchety old ghost of a gnomish engineer that resides inside Germaine's lantern. He's just snapped back inside the lantern and left you alone in this hallway with your one uncovered door that was next to the body you found and a zombie with his hand firmly on your shoulder, Mud.
He's not going anywhere.
He's not.
He's staying right there.
I have to, as a player, say that I am perturbed, my fellow players, that our DM had some very colorful ways of describing that. We are haphazard wizards, really. We kind of pile up evil items, perhaps. Perhaps they were just misunderstood and maybe got some good stuff out of it. You only kind of brought this thing back to life as though you did exactly what you wanted. You got an undead minion.
To be fair, I did only kind of bring it back to life. It's not
kind of brought it back to life.
Look, there's a lot of color to your description there that I take offense to.
Good storytelling. Fuck off.
No. I think haphazard is quite correct. Only sometimes it's very intentional. We're intentionally haphazard. I think that's the better mark.
That's very fair, but you are haphazard. You can't deny this.
Well, as long as we're in agreement then.
Lovely.
Mud is just eyeing between the hand and his allies, just kind of like, oh God, the voice. Always the voice. This is the poor hardest part of every 2 weeks.
The only part.
Yeah. Well, I do think that this is an interesting arrangement. Quite all right with the... quite all right. Quite all right with you sticking along nice and close here.
He will remain very close.
Yes, I do see that. Does he need to squeeze on quite so tight? I am certainly much smaller than him.
Oh, you can just little less of a grip. but he will remain in constant physical contact with you.
You see the zombie kind of like look down and like sort of his fingers twitch, but like the grip doesn't lessen.
Yeah.
You think he probably doesn't have that fine motor control.
Yes.
He holds on as tight as he holds on, and that's it.
Like, a little crack in the knuckles. This is just like,
Yeah,
oh,
just
in my
like
ear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps
There's a little bit of a crack, like an icy crack.
It's very cold.
At least it keeps away the smell. Perhaps we could take a look at this door.
Oh, yes.
Did we get the ice melted from the door?
Yeah, the ice is melted.
Did that.
It is, as far as you can tell, Frida, there's no obvious obstructions to it.
I believe
anymore.
I did examine the door, right? I looked it
Yeah,
over
you
for-
did. You'll have to remind me what you wanted to find on it.
I think I was just looking for strange markings and runes, and then I think you said there were scratch marks on it.
There are scratch marks
Yeah.
on it. It looks they're sort of running along the side and then towards the side that it would open. Like it looks like it opens away from you.
Mhm.
No, it opens out. And the scratch marks look like if someone with a clawed hand pulled it shut behind them.
Okay.
Oh,
Alright. Doesn't it?
well.
Okay, well, we maybe want to look out for a clawed monster when we go in there. Just be on our toes. Otherwise, I have no other suggestions than just going in.
So what you're saying is, so anyways, we start blasting. We just go for it.
Yes.
I still have 2 more uses of this spell, and I point at the zombie.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
We can get you out of here no matter what. Or friends forever.
Okay, how about question? Would you like me to activate my cube for going in? Maybe just so like right when we walk in we don't get ambushed by something.
I mean,
think
how long does it take you to cast that spell? The powerful spell.
Well, just about like the normal 6 seconds. How much it takes for everybody to cast a spell, you know.
I
Well,
can simply prepare a thunder wave, and if I see anything moving towards us, as soon as we open the door, I'll get one ready.
Okay, that's not going to hurt everyone.
As long as I go first, you're totally fine.
Okay.
That may be for the best. I think while it's certainly a powerful spell, I do believe in both times that you've cast it, we've had a little bit of, I can recall a lot of tumbling around as I was shoved around as we tried to move, and I'd like to avoid that if possible.
Well,
it's-
it's just not running fast enough.
No offense. You're very probably correct. Maybe. Might be. Somewhat accurate there.
Oh.
Well,
I'm remembering the spell is living matter can't go through it?
well, I mean, I can choose. I can make it living. I can make it just spells. I can
I'm
make
just
it.
looking awkwardly at the zombie.
Oh.
Having a brief existential moment, which I'm not sure.
Well, if we grab if he's in this cube when we cast it, whether he can stay in there or not, we'd find out, and he'd be in the cube with us. But I understand if you don't want that. We can just walk on in. If
To
I
the
get
other
frightened, I may just activate it anyway. But we'll see.
It's like, is that like an
Whatever you-
involuntary kind of thing? Is this like
Well, yes, it's
your
mostly
security
because
blanket?
well, usually it's like one hit and I'm dead. So I like to protect my body from pain. I don't know. Is that?
Why don't I go first no matter what?
Okay.
Because my body can be repaired, And
Yes, but the little gnomish man that we, or a gnome,
I don't think
gnomish
I don't think he
artificer.
repairs me. I've never seen him do it before.
Do you
To be
sleep?
fair, I've never seen him ever. So this is all very new, and I don't like the implications of any of it, so I'm gonna go through the door.
You go up to the door and try the handle, and it is locked.
Oh, well.
No.
Well, something else then, I suppose. Got to go
Oh.
elsewhere.
It's locked.
It is locked. You can hear like it feels very distinctly like a locked door. Like it moves a
Oh.
little bit and goes kathunk, rather
Is
than
it-
it's just like not moving as sealed or some way.
I raise my fist and knock very gingerly, but with a capital K, because I'm gonna cast
Ah.
knock.
Oh, okay, you're
took
gonna
a
cast
utility
knock.
spell.
I took the utility spell.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it
Cast knock.
clicks nicely and swings open. And there is stone floor. Looks like a little bit of a stone hallway in front of you.
I will say, there is a loud, audible knock that you can hear from 300 feet away. But
So the whole hallway goes knock.
yes, it's very ominous. Gonna get in that hallway a little bit.
Yeah, you don't hear any immediate sound in response to that.
Well,
But
seems fine. I'll go first. I was gonna say stay close behind, but that might also not be preferable. So
Just walk in and we'll watch. I'll watch. I don't know what
that's
he's going to
totally fine. And I'll start
yeah,
walking
so
down
you
the hallway.
step in. There's a very short, like little entrance hallway, and this is like carved stone, like interior castle kind of very nice stone steps. It's not cold in here. Well, you can't tell, Jermaine, but the other two can tell when you, at least like standing at the entrance, you can tell it's not nearly as cold in there. You step into a actually fairly small rectangular chamber. In the middle of it, there is a statue. It looks like a person laying down asleep on a plinth. And they're in the middle of the room, and on the far wall there's another statue in the wall, sort of a very like godlike figure kind of standing there with their arms outstretched and veils covering them, and there is a gem above their head set into the wall. And the room is empty. Oh, actually, as you step in, there's another body leaning against the far wall.
Is it wearing the same thing as Zombie Boy?
No, it's actually far more decayed. It
I mean,
really looks
less-
like it's just bones left. And it's leaning against the far wall, kind of to the left of the statue that you saw. Yeah, it's really just kind of bones. You can see some tatters of clothing, but you don't know who this is.
I mean,
Yeah.
Itching
So there's
to cast another spell, but I won't. I'll simply point it out.
so that it's a statue in the middle lying down
Yes.
on a plinth. You said.
It's sort of like
That's-
it's almost a little like like mausoleums will have the tombs kind of set out and like a statue resting on top. It's a very
Mhm.
reminiscent of that, but it's not like coffin shaped or anything. It's just a rectangular plinth with a person asleep there, or appearing to be asleep.
And then a statue at the other end, and a
Yeah,
body
kind
on
of-
the floor
Mhm.
beside the statue. And okay, I won't ask more details about the room because I'm not in there yet.
And I don't care. So
Yeah, Jermaine, what are you doing? You step into this space. It's dim. It's dimly lit by that blue gem up at the top, and it is starting to get a little brighter.
I just realized I don't know if Warforged have dark vision.
Oh,
Like they should.
You say that, but there are some things that I feel like they should, and they don't, and I'm not.
and again, Jermaine is half broken. Just in general, like falling apart. Just in general, you have a hole in your head.
Yeah, I
So
don't see it either.
yeah, I
like,
don't think
just quickly
Warforged have night vision
That's
or black
hilarious.
What
Dark
is it you see,
vision.
Jermaine? Do you see anything?
Bones.
Oh, right.
Not many, just a set, just one. It's quiet. Statue. I don't think that there's anything to particularly be concerned about. Jermaine's just gonna do a lap, and just like he doesn't care if he steps on a trap. He has no care.
Are you looking for anything particular? Or are you just kind of walking around the room?
I'm gonna do there's the statue in the center, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do a lap around the statue.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for like sort of like up, down, making sure there's nothing like poking out of the walls and nothing obviously like if I step on it. It's
Okay,
gonna...
yeah. Make a perception check for me.
Sure. That's a 4.
Oh.
I have a
you
-1.
You walk around the room, and as you walk, the light in that crystal grows steadily brighter and brighter until you're about halfway around and it flashes. It's almost blindingly bright. And nothing happens. It just kind of flashes and you keep walking and everything's fine.
What was that?
Nothing seems to affect you.
What was that?
A light.
Did you do it?
No.
Oh,
I simply was walking. Flash. But it's fine. Nothing has happened.
The crystal has significantly dimmed now. It's almost dark in the room now.
Do you think you could retrace your steps? If nothing untoward's happened, perhaps one more time, but this time...
walk backwards. Yeah.
In reverse?
Yes.
Right. Reverse,
Sure.
reverse. And Jermaine starts backing up. Does not turn around, just immediately repeats the exact same movements like on a rewind.
You do a little shuffle backwards, and nothing happens.
No glowing this time?
You can see. Well, are you peering into the room?
Well, yes, probably.
Okay.
The two just huddled at the end end of
like,
the door.
head and head.
Leaning over, both hands on Mud's shoulders.
It's like a stack of heads with the zombie on top.
Excellent. Yeah, absolutely. You can see that the light in the gem is starting to get a little brighter, but it's very slow. And it is increasing, but it doesn't seem to be tied to Jermaine's location in the room.
Okay.
Jermaine, did you touch anything, or was he just walking when that light went off on you?
I touched the floor. Should I bring it back now, y'all?
The floor?
Do it again?
Oh,
One hop this time.
one hop this time? Yeah.
Jermaine hops forward. Yeah.
Try a crisscross.
Hands on your
Shake
knees.
the floor, and the bones in the corner kind of like an arm drops off and like clatters on the floor.
What was that?
Oh,
That was the bone.
wow. Can you tell anything about the statues in terms of like, are they recognizable to you, perhaps, or do they appear to be any sort of specific race or gender or of any sort of class status? Or
I will go look. I immediately just beeline for the statue.
Okay, which are you going for, the far wall one or the one in the middle of the room?
The one in the middle of the room.
Okay.
I'm going to
May-
create a bonfire in the room to light it up for you for light. I can do 60 feet. So
It's
if
not the light that is a problem for me. It's my absolute dog shit perception abilities. So
I will let you do an investigation check on this statue if you would like.
that is so much better.
Would I be able to do a perception from where I am? After?
Yeah, for sure. What are you looking for?
Threats, and I heard there were bones, so I'm looking for that and the source of the light. I have superior dark vision, if that helps.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead and roll your perception check, and Jackie, roll your.
I got a
Jermaine, roll.
22 for
22.
my
Ooh,
investigation.
nice.
And if we're all like leaning into our strengths here, intelligence from our robot and wisdom from our gnome friend here, I'm gonna use my charisma to just talk up. Now I know you haven't been around; you've been asleep for quite some time, but I think you're actually gonna like Jermaine. He's not bad to hang out with. I mean, you're stuck with him for quite some time.
He
I
has
do
no
imagine at
choice.
this point. I'm just gonna.
This zombie just stares at you.
Oh,
Completely
we'll become
deadpan.
friends. I'm certain.
Wait,
I'll
does
get
it
through
have
eventually.
eyes?
The
Does it have
zombie?
yeah.
Yeah, and it does have eyes. They're like really kind of shrunken into a skull and like a little beady, but they are there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know if that's better or worse. All right.
He also has no choice but to be friends with me.
Okay, Jermaine, so you step up to the statue, and it is covered in a veil, much like the statue that is looking over it on the wall. And you pick up that its features are deliberately left unclear gender, unclear race. It seems to just be kind of a generic figure lying asleep here. And it looks very restful in a way that, like, a lot of, what tombstones and headstones and mausoleums and all those kinds of things look like, and there's often kind of like a it has a feeling of death to it, and this is very specifically, like, it seems the sculptor made it seem they were asleep and not dead. Clementine, what did you roll?
I rolled a 24.
Yeah, so you kind of peer in through the hall, the entranceway. You don't see any immediate threats, other than the gem on the wall, which is the source of the light. And you don't know what that does. And as you peer around, you can kind of see the bones that Jermaine talked about. It's a single skeleton kind of propped against the wall on the far side of the room.
Does the light seem magical at all? Or
Yes.
does it? Okay. Would you guys... I have the ability to, figure out what the magical thing does if I go over to it. Do you think that would be helpful? I believe that light is magical.
You see that the light in the gem is growing again.
Oh. I don't think we have any idea right now what it's doing.
Well, if you feel confident with that and feel like that would give us some information, I'm all for it. Just be careful.
Yes, that's the one thing.
We only need one skeleton in that room.
Oh, good. Okay. Going to go into the room
Mm-hmm.
slowly.
Yes.
Okay, I think I'd rather cast Identify with a spell slot rather than spending 10 minutes in there, because I don't want to.
Okay.
I do need to touch it for it to work, though. So
So it is a solid 12 to 15 feet up the wall.
How tall is
Well, I can
Jermaine?
help.
Okay. I just
I'm like 7 feet.
hold me.
Well, I'm 7 feet. And with an arm span, I can get you up there.
Yeah.
I'll reach up.
So I scoop.
Oh. Like
Okay.
shaking.
As you get closer and closer, the light grows and grows and grows in brightness.
Oh no.
And
Dice
Oh
rolls.
no. Oh no.
Mud, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Me?
Yes, you.
What? I'm the sensible one here.
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
way outside. Wisdom, that's my -1. Oh, gee.
Oh no.
Well, let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a real oh no. It's
Oh,
a
no.
real oh no. That's a 3.
Oh no.
So
Jermaine,
now she is real brave being up there, of course. Like, just you keep an eye on them. You're with us now, and it's all going to be all good. Some
Oh wait. Sorry. Mud, did you stay outside the room?
we're at the doorway.
Okay. So it would not be you. I'm sorry. That's my bad.
Oh,
I thought you had
okay.
stepped in. Clementine, I will need
No.
you to make a wisdom saving throw.
No. Okay.
I'm sorry. That's my bad. I forgot where you
That's-
were.
Is it technically against magic?
Yes.
Okay, then I have advantage.
Good.
Okay. All right.
Good.
Okay. By the way, identify takes, even when I use a spell slot, it takes a minute to cast, so I am touching it for a minute. I don't know if that affects anything.
You have not yet touched it. It's going off before
Oh.
you get your hands on it.
Okay. That is a 15.
Yeah, Jermaine, you're hoisting Clementine up there, and suddenly she teeters and drops.
Oi!
How? I'm holding her.
You're holding her feet, and she just kind of crumples.
Oh, I immediately go to catch her.
Yeah, for sure. You do so without too much problem.
Clementine.
She is now.
Shaking her. Not hard.
Am I conscious?
What's going on?
No, you are not. You are unconscious.
Okay.
She's fainted. Should I prepare enemy dead?
Now, just you hold on one moment there. Is she breathing?
I like go to hold my metal hand up in front of her mouth and then
Make a
go,
medicine
I can't
check.
feel that.
Does it fog up, maybe?
Yeah! I'm real cold, so just
I'm still gonna make you make a medicine check because you are very used to dealing with dead bodies.
oh yeah. I feel like I should recognize death then.
There we go.
So 13?
Yeah, she's breathing.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
I thought you were gonna say, yeah, she's dead. I was gonna be like, oh, God.
Wow, short session, guys. It's only 8:30?
No, it would have kept going. You could have just animated me and I would have just been a zombie. It would have been fine.
Yeah, I would
That's
have
right.
control over all your actions.
Exactly.
This is the
We're
end
just
of
here to watch.
don't get out. You just enter the death room, and that's it.
This is the death room. You look at the crystal, you die. This is the
Your
end.
escape is to the astral sea, where you become a ghost.
Perfect. And then you go into my lantern.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. What are you, Jermaine and Mud? What are you two doing?
I'm just holding, like, still breathing. Clementine just like, Mud, Mud.
Was that from the gym?
She was 4 feet up on top of my head. I don't know.
All right. We'll have to assume that. Lost the accent. We'll have to assume that that it was the gem that did that. Perhaps why don't you bring her out here for just a moment, and we can the cool air might do some good.
Okay, run like Freddy in security breach. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, if we can get her out into the hallway, into the cool air, does anything change once she's out of the room?
Are you actively trying to wake her up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm going to start like patting the face and just like come on,
Right.
come on, Clementine.
Clementine, in the moments between, the very short moments between wakefulness, sleep, and wakefulness again, you dream. And you are reaching up to touch the gem. And all of a sudden, everything shifts a little bit. Jermaine is no longer there. You're on the ground floor again. You're in the same room. And you look around, and there is writing everywhere on the wall around you. You see the corpse, the pile of bones, is still a corpse, but it's now no longer rotting. It looks very fresh. It is wearing the same silvery uniform that the other corpse was wearing, and it has bloody gashes across the chest. It looks like a human male, just on a brief glance. And his blood is smeared across the wall. And around him, in bright blue glowing letters, just everywhere across the space, it says, "Come find me over here, this way." And there's arrows pointing to a doorway that was not there before. And then you wake up.
Oh, thank goodness.
There's a. I look back in the room just to like see if any of the
Easy
stuff
now.
is there.
It's not there.
Okay. I saw a vision. The corpse was murdered, I think. And
It's okay. Don't worry too much. We won't always call you corpse. Maybe we need a name for you.
No. Sorry, not that one. The one inside the room. The bones inside the room. It was a man, a human man. And he was stabbed a lot. And there was writing all over the walls in blue, and it was saying, "Come find me here, over here." And there's pointing at the door. It's not there now though. But maybe we should go see if it's there. Touch the wall. Maybe it's invisible. Invisible door.
You got all that from the gem to here.
I can see a lot of things.
I can't, so I trust you.
Jermaine, did you feel anything when Clementine went down? Nothing seemed to bother you?
I don't
No.
have nerves, so no.
Oh, well. Perhaps, Jermaine, either your friend here whose grip is getting a little tight, or yourself might check wherever Clementine indicates this door was, if you weren't affected.
Sure, I can also detect magic while I'm doing so.
Well, there
yes.
you go.
That's good.
You billy bells.
Yeah. Yes. So I was going to ask if anyone could see invisibility, but that works as well.
Sure. If you just point, I would rather you not come back into the room.
Okay.
Until this
I
is
thought
past. Unless I, for some reason, also fall into unconsciousness. Then
And come into the room. Okay.
yes.
Normally, I'm usually okay with these things. I suppose I just maybe it was a lot. Maybe it's the altitude.
You know, it's been a long day. I mean, we had things chasing us. We went flying all over the place, came down into this crazy place down here. We had some new friends to make. That's always, a high stakes moment where you're unsure of yourself and unsure of them. And don't cut yourself some slack.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Let's try to get out of here then. It was there. Where I pointed where it was.
Yeah, she points to the left of the statue and the body, kind of right by in the corner of the little room on the far side of the wall.
I will step back into the room, and I think like my way of casting detect magic is just like reattaching a wire in the back of my head.
Yeah,
And it just like clicking, a little rune sparks up, and that's I can now detect magic.
Yeah.
Your eyes like turn into scanners.
Yes.
Yeah, you cast detect magic, and much like Mud found, kind of everything here has a very low level magic essence to it. The gem at the top of the wall has a very bright magical essence. Nothing else.
What
Nothing else
kind
does.
of essence
is
is the gem?
Hold on.
Oh, this fun question.
Would be enchantment.
Enchantment. Okay. And doing a like scan around where the door was. Is there anything, or where she's pointed
No.
the door to be?
No, you don't see anything there.
It's just a wall.
Mm-hmm.
If you touch it, is there anything?
I touch it.
It's stone. Don't.
I have a
No, go ahead.
I have a terrible idea. What if we all need to go to sleep and then open the door in the dreams?
Oh,
I
well,
don't
that is
dream.
thinking outside the box.
Oh, well, I guess, I don't know. Maybe I can open it for you? You can come through? You woke me up pretty fast. I saw a lot in a very small amount of time. If you want to wait like 2 minutes and then wake me up, maybe?
I could just lift both of you up towards the gem, and you could sleep again, and then I'll do a little slippy slappy.
As a very interesting idea as that may be, there's always the possibility that she's now got a head full of tumors, and we don't quite know yet. So I'm going to suggest, apologies, Clementine, but I'm going to suggest that maybe Clementine might. Maybe it's already affected her, and trying it again might not be so bad.
She's already dead. She's already long gone. Let her go.
Here, Clementine,
Already
if you
afflicted.
step into the room. Clementine, if you step into the room, only like over the threshold, can you see the door? Because you're outside the room right now. If you go into it,
Okay, I'll try that. Stand up wobbly.
Mhm.
Step in.
You don't see the door. Everything looks exactly as it did before you went to sleep.
If I touch the wall area, it feels just like stone.
Yeah, it feels just like stone. Do you step back into the room and go across it? And...
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Very quick steps.
Okay, yeah. Do you rush
I just
back
pick
to
you
the
up.
door afterwards?
Probably begin rushing back to the door, but on my way over. You want me to do the thingy with the stone or not? Should I stay or should I go now?
Jermaine, are you also in the room?
I'm in the room.
Okay.
We see if we stay, there may be trouble.
The gem
If I go,
flashes
maybe.
and nothing happens.
Okay. The gem flashes. I look at where Clementine said the door was.
There's nothing there.
Clementine, what if you just had a very bad dream?
A really quick, very bad dream that has very specific details about this room specifically.
Did you touch the gem yet? Before
No,
you
you
went
haven't
night
touched the
night.
gem.
I never
I'm gonna
did.
go high five the gem.
Wait! I was going to do the spell on the gem.
Oh,
Nothing happens when you touch the gem.
Just hold out. High
Oh.
five.
I have an idea.
Sure.
Yeah, I yell from the door.
I stop
Yes.
mid.
Why don't you come with me for a moment?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna take his hand, take our new friend's hand here, and we're gonna walk in. Clementine, was this here's the door here?
Yes, yeah, right there. Yep.
He had a key on him, didn't he? I'm gonna take the key.
As
from
soon as you
a new
grab
friend.
it, his other undead hand grabs your hand onto the amulet.
Right.
Together?
Jermaine, maybe we'll do this together. And I'm going to look for a keyhole here, as close as whereabouts would have been like the middle of the door, Clementine, where would the door handle be if you were looking, right about here, lower, higher, or?
Do I
Or was there-
remember seeing a doorknob with like a key? Or
I would say because it was so brief and you didn't really get a chance to take everything in, that's a detail that you missed.
can I ask to, since I do have a very high perception, can I try rolling to see how much I was able to get? Like, if I roll like super high, maybe.
Yeah, I'll let you roll it. I'd let you roll a a perception check.
Because my passive perception is 23, so I'm generally very perceptive.
Yeah.
Okay,
And you
it's
did
fine. I missed
get
it.
a lot.
I rolled an 8 plus 8. It's a 16. Pretty normal.
Yeah, you
So.
missed it that one. You got a lot of stuff in like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
very
I did.
brief amount of time.
Okay, that's fine.
Mud would be pulling up. He's got this long chain that goes under his shirt, and he pulls on these spectacles that he puts on, which, if you still have detect magic going, you would see are glowing, and it gives him advantage on like small details investigating kind of thing. And I'd like to start looking to see if I can find any sort of keyhole or spot that this key might go
Yeah,
in.
roll an investigation check. And as you're doing so, the gem is getting brighter.
All right, I'm roll this with advantage with these glasses. Oh God, with a +4 and advantage, I got a 10.
Oh,
I've been rolling.
yeah.
not
You
great.
don't. These glasses are very good for fine detail work, and because of that, you don't get a very big area. But you don't find a keyhole in the area that you do investigate.
Have either of you really investigated either of the statues in terms of maybe there's some sort of mechanism creates a door?
No, I just came in and got knocked out.
Mud, please make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, you got tumors now.
Maybe not. Roll for tumors. It's not a tumor. I knew this would come back around.
You did this!
I did this. Gosh, I was quoting that movie before we started streaming. Okay, if this is a magical effect, I am wearing the mantle of spell resistance,
Okay,
which
cool.
gives me advantage on my -1 wisdom saving throw.
I had advantage too when I failed, but that was bad luck.
But with a natural 20, I will take that 19.
Oh.
Pardon?
Nothing happens. It
Nothing
flashes, and you're fine.
Oh, well, right. I'm going to quickly go. Jermaine, perhaps you can help us here, and would like to inspect the figure that's lying down. I'd like to specifically look for, I don't know, looking for like any sort of keyhole, but also, is there anything in their hands? If they're asleep, is there anything that tells a further story other than this person's just sleeping?
Well, for the first, to look for a keyhole, you can roll an investigation check. If you want to learn more about the statues, make a religion check.
Okay. Let me get that investigation.
Ooh, I could try and do the religion, because I've got pretty great religion to help.
Yeah,
if you
for
want to
sure.
do one of them.
Can I try to?
3.
Can I try to assist?
21.
Oh, Jermaine. Okay, that's okay.
I had a plus
Um,
9.
Oh fuck, never mind. You can do it yourself.
So, well, brain lost all words all of a sudden. Mud, you don't really find anything resembling a keyhole or resembling that amulet. In fact, with that investigation check, as you kind of look around the room and you turn back to the amulet, it doesn't really seem to be the same imagery, the same like style or material. There's nothing really tying the two together. It leads you to believe that this key may be to something else.
Okay.
Jermaine, as you look around this area and you look at the figure up on the wall, a very, very old databank kind of sparks up a little bit. Yeah, you kind of do some twitches. This is, you don't know exactly what it is, but you have the distinct sense that you've seen it before. This is some kind of idol from another era, a long past one by this point. It's gives you the sense of protectorship, guardianship, and particularly rather than keeping something safe by guarding it so it won't put other things in danger, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But beyond that, it's a very old religion of another era. You've seen it sometime long ago before you entered this place, but those memory banks are rotting and rusting and replaced by other things.
Yeah, I make the dial-up sound. It's not fun. I'm going to relay that to the group. Probably stream of consciousness, just like relaying the bits of information as it comes.
For sure.
With no translation. Not capable of that with the memory banks as they are. This was a statue in the wall or the statue in the middle?
The combination of the two.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Makes me nervous for what's in the middle one.
Clementine, as this is happening, please make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, 21.
Ooh.
The light flashes,
Gosh,
and you're all right.
I almost.
Nothing happens.
I don't know if we should. So I should go into the weird dream thing and open the door. I don't know.
Would you like to continue identifying the gem?
Yes. That's actually something that we should probably do. I'd like to know why it keeps flashing. Do you want to lift me up there again? Anyone has sunglasses? Yes, I'll try one more time to cast identify. Did I didn't check off the spell slot last time because I didn't ever touched it.
You didn't actually touch
okay,
it, so you didn't even start casting.
Okay, so touch.
Yeah. As you cast Identify, it is glowing brighter as you sit there and watch it, but you do manage to get the spell off before it goes off again. It is a magical gem that casts sleep on a timer on one target.
Huh.
Okay. I will relay this.
It's a very powerful version of sleep.
Yeah. Is it
Um,
not a hit points don't matter kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that the sleeping is part of the room, definitely. Maybe needing to go through the wall, the door? I don't know. This lady is sleeping. So maybe it's a...
I think she's meant to stay asleep.
Well,
maybe we're all supposed to sleep like her.
You woke up when when I woke you, what if it put you to sleep and there is no waking up? I mean, but Jermaine, you've been fine. You haven't felt any sleep
can't
effects
sleep.
on you. Right, so
Impossible.
maybe we're okay then. Maybe we could go to sleep. I like your theory.
We went to sleep, the Jermaine or the Mister here could wake us up. If could you command him to wake us up after a certain amount of time?
Yes.
If we were to all suddenly go to sleep.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Well, then hopefully we could try. It'd be probably nicer if it'd be interesting to know if I go to sleep, if you go to sleep and I go to sleep, if we saw each other. There.
As you are conversing, you feel the ground begin to tremble beneath your feet again.
Oh.
As another earthquake starts to rock the area.
Whatever we do, we should probably do it fast.
Yes, maybe, that thing flashed and tried to put you all to sleep when we moved around, yes?
So we ran around.
Jermaine starts doing circles.
Oh wait, it was on a timer. No, I did
It's on
figure
a
that out.
timer.
It's on a
Yes,
timer.
it's on a timer. It just
Jermaine's doing circles.
Just
fantastic.
yeah, no, I'm gonna sit calmly down beside. I'm gonna get, which I assume the zombie will sit down beside me. So
Yep.
now it's me. It's the zombie, me, and the skeleton sitting in a row. Just kind of be like, okay. I don't want to fall over and hurt myself if I fall asleep. So
Okay.
I'm gonna sit near the door.
Okay.
Where the door was.
Right. The light builds and flashes, and nothing happens because it targets Jermaine.
Oh. Just like,
Well. It's like the drop right, and it just doesn't do it.
Yeah, it just like flashes and nothing happens. Over this course of this time, the ground has been shaking. There's been some dust falling from the ceiling. This room, unlike many, like the entryway before, and the Arctic room, as evidenced by the giant ravine that were affected by these earthquakes, this one seems to be very sturdy. It shakes, it rattles, it showers dust, but otherwise seems pretty unaffected. Do you just hang out until the next flash goes off?
Did we investigate this skeleton for anything?
You haven't yet, no.
Then start sitting beside and just start checking. There's no pockets and stuff, I assume, right? So can I check
No,
for
all
like?
its clothes have fallen away.
Can I try
It is
to
far more rotted than the other one.
Can I try to help by recounting what it looked like in the vision, so he can check like those areas from over here?
Sure.
Yeah.
You do. Again, you saw it for only a brief amount of time, so you would
I
have
know
to see
it was like
again
he was
to
wearing
get
a
it.
silvery robe, but
Yeah, it was the same uniform as your current undead friend.
well, that does help sort of because you can check those areas, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
Use them as
What are
reference.
What are you looking for specifically?
Well, if I heard that, then I would be checking like, is there anything metallic or something that might have fallen out of a pocket once it deteriorated, for one, and then just a general like, are there any damages to the bones themselves?
Okay, yeah. Roll investigation check for me.
Would I have advantage with the glasses, or are we?
Yeah, that's
is it
fine.
too broad. Okay.
I'll allow you advantage with the glasses, especially for checking the bones for marks.
17.
Yeah, you find like some coins. They just kind of look like pocket change. You don't recognize the markings on them. They seem to be from a nation you don't know.
Okay.
But you do also notice deep gouges in the bones in several areas. Clementine, you saw the body that you saw in the dream was ripped apart with claw marks.
Oh,
And this you can see as I assume you're kind of like talking to Mud about that.
Mhm.
And Mud, you can see the deep gouges in the bones where those claw marks would have been.
Well, I can tell you there's some good news and there's some bad news. The bad news is, of course, that this individual here seems to have died a horrible death where the claws got through all the way to the bones. Well, the good news, and I mean this is very good news, is I assume you don't got a bunch of tumors in your head because what you saw is real. So presumably some magic just showing you something and not so much just that like you had a seizure from the light and passed out and something went wrong. So that's good, right? We can count that as a win, a minor one.
Speaking of the light, it flashes, and Clementine, you resist it this time.
No. You're like explaining that, and you're like, right? And then I'm like,
Oh, and I spoke too soon.
All right, Clementine, you stand where you did before, the same room, the same writing on the walls, the same corpse, and the same door beside it.
okay. I'm gonna try to be quick. I do want to run over to the corpse quickly
Mm-hmm.
and just look it over to see if there's anything that's like seems different. I'm very grossed out about this, but check it for suddenly a magical item or key or something that wasn't on it before.
So are you specifically looking for like that amulet that the other guy had?
Yeah, that as well.
Well, make an investigation check if you're gonna check through stuff.
Okay. Oh wow, I rolled a 2. Plus 5, 7.
Well, in your kind of like hurried, dream-addled state, you don't get a lot done, but you do notice immediately he is not wearing the same amulet.
Okay.
That he doesn't have one.
Right.
Yeah, but what do you want to do as you stand in this space? There's writing everywhere with variations of come here, come this way, come find me, go through here.
Okay, I don't know if I want to wait for Mud to be here with me though.
You're just gonna hang out?
I think that if I'm gonna hang out for like a minute, probably.
Okay.
In my head count for a minute. I know that I saw a lot in the time, so I don't know if time is weird, but I just want to see how long did it take for the light to flash?
It seemed to be about a 5-minute timer.
5 minute. Okay, well then maybe I would wait for 5 minutes.
But it
then.
did seem like time was weird in this space. I think actually a better question will be cutting back to Jermaine and Mud.
Yeah.
What do you do while Clementine is passed out on the floor?
Jermaine, perhaps you can make her comfortable. If anything changes,
Should be good at that.
if any,
Cradle, Clementine, my cold metal arms.
if anything changes with her vitals, perhaps you could just gently wake her up.
Gently slap in the face. Okay, got it.
Oh, no.
That's probably the best I'm going to get.
Yes, correct.
Well, I suppose we got 5 minutes. That's, I believe. Did you tell us that there was 5 minutes? Would you have told us that?
Well, we probably would have noticed. We're
Yeah,
all
you
very
would've noticed
intelligent.
the cycle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all intelligent. It's not the circlet on our head. Okay, well, I suppose we'll wait a few minutes. Well, I guess I'll ask then, Jermaine. So what do you think, other than our undead friends, what do you think about our new friend Clementine? This is really the first time we've had a chance to talk without Clementine around. I know it seems a little awkward talking when she's here, but she's not here, you know what I mean?
She's like, I'm cradling Clementine in my arm and just like looking down at her and go, she's right here.
Yes, but you see, it's not polite to talk about people, and it's not polite to whisper in front of them or anything, but she can't hear it right now, so I'm just wondering, I think she's...
like you couldn't hear me and my friends talking about you back in the village.
That's probably correct. Yes. We should talk about that at some point, too. What you were discussing about me. Anyways,
But I
I
thought we
think
were
she's a...
supposed to discuss what we discuss when you're not around.
You're very astute. This is correct. I suppose I'm just wondering if you agree with my assessment that I think Clementine is a great addition to this little adventuring party of ours.
Yes. I mean, a lot more capable than most people who made their way through here. It was very fun to watch you go heel over head in her little box. It's very amusing. We should do that more.
It was a little discombobulating, I'll say that for sure. I mean, if it gets the job done, I'm willing to do it again, but a little warnings, maybe, yeah.
I hate to interrupt this gossiping party, but the light does flash. And, Mud, do you resist it?
Trepidation as I see it get brighter, and I just say, I look at Jermaine and I just say, were you talking about me or were you talking about my bones? And I don't resist. I don't resist as I like.
You watch me turn to the corpse and just like see me start talking to him. You probably think it's about you.
As I go, like, you're my friend. Don't forget. And I go to
I
sleep.
realize we just left our like vulnerable corpses with this robot. Like both of us just left. Oh my god.
You don't have my alignment.
Mud, you open your eyes to the same vision that Clementine described to you. Clementine is not there.
Oh, okay.
Is out of curiosity, the door that we came through, is that there? The one that leads out into the cold area?
Oh yeah.
It's there, but it's shut.
I'd like to run over to it and see if that... do I notice all the same stuff that Clementine had?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's the
said?
writing on the walls, the corpse, and the extra door.
Okay, so there is a corpse, so it's not like anything is like... this isn't like a different time zone, or a different like time period or something like that. I assume I'm in the same place, the same time as she had described. So she hadn't talked about the door that we came through. I'd like to go check really quick and see if that is locked. If I open it, what do I see? That stuff.
You put your hand on the handle and it does not turn. It doesn't budge. And it doesn't turn in the sense of like, because before you could turn the handle and hit the lock. And now it's like it's frozen. It's completely still. You can't be budged at all.
Okay. Then I will run for what I see as a potential other exit and really look and like, she very much undersold the craziness of the writing on the walls here. And I will go for the door to see if there's any way to open it.
Okay. There is a door handle there. Trying to decide. I think you just you don't have a high passive perception. I'm sorry.
I have a question.
Yes.
Because 5 minutes have passed.
Yeah.
I just want to, like, during that 5 minutes, could I have been looking around the room? I didn't want to interrupt.
For sure. Yeah. No, I
gossip.
think we're kind of, the timelines are weird. So I think Mud is reaching out to put his hand on the handle, and we're gonna cut back to you.
Okay.
For
I
just
don't
a
mean to
moment.
like stop.
No,
the thing
no,
if
it's
something
great.
was gonna happen.
No, this is great. Yeah, make a perception check for me.
Okay. Just want to like get a thorough. Now that I have 5 minutes, in my head.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I want to try to look around and see what is this room. Okay, good roll. I rolled a 19 plus 8, 27.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there isn't a whole lot more of note in the room itself, but you do notice the new door.
Okay.
It doesn't fit with the rest of the room. In fact, as you step closer and kind of look at the edges around it, it looks like someone has clawed space for it out of the wall. And there's cracks and things like that kind of running at the corners into this, what was a smooth wall when you were awake.
And the statue in the middle is normal. Everything's the same.
Yeah, it it actually looks like whoever wrote all the writing on the wall put like some faces on the statues, like a mustache and like little horns and stuff like
that's
that.
nice. Okay.
Like really on both of them.
At least I'll know my murderer has a sense of humor. That's nice. All right. After the 5 minutes, I will also open the door.
Yeah. So, Mud, because time is weird, I think you reach the door first. It turns, the knob turns easily and swings open. And both of you, actually Clementine, you open the door as well. And as soon as you open it, you hear a piercing, inhuman scream echoing from down a hallway in front of you. And Jermaine, as you are just sitting there with your, are holding a conversation possibly with the bones, you watch an open doorway just kind of materialize out of the stonework in front of you. Exactly where Clementine said there was a door. But you don't hear the scream.
Jermaine.
The
door
did
opened.
we not-
You might have missed it.
I mean, I'm just kind of like, I have two. There's a lot happening right now, and I have a corpse
Okay.
to control. And
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah. You have your back to the door. The door just opened
Yeah, I don't know.
in the wall for you.
My passive is so bad, guys. I have a 9. My passive perception is a 9. I don't think I notice.
I think I'm actually going to backtrack
still
that. You
asleep?
do hear they are still asleep.
Yeah.
And you do hear it. You may not have noticed the door opening, but at the same time as they both in their dream heard the piercing scream, you hear it from echoing down the hallway as well.
Okay. I was like, I'm just chilling with my boy corpse.
Yeah, so you're just chilling, and suddenly there's this horrific scream from behind you, and you turn around and the door is open.
Yeah, I snap my fingers, point at Mud for the corpse to pick him up as I'm carrying Clementine. Can I see through the door?
Yeah, you can see through the door.
Is
You
there
step up
anything
to it.
coming?
There's nothing coming towards you. You step up to it and you actually see leafy green foliage. Kind of like there's a short little stone hallway and then just like a bunch of kind of leafy foliage falling in to the entryway.
Okay, but the door.
There's no door when you look into it. It's just an open hallway that just materialized all of a sudden.
Well, perfect. I mean, I will, with my corpse friend, walk through into the hallway and then just start slapping their faces.
All right. As you start to wake them up, Clementine, Mud, you're both brought back to reality, looking into green foliage that is just plentiful and bountiful everywhere around you. It's bright and verdant and seems almost sunlit in this space. And we're going to take a break.
All right. I like to think that as came to, all there is this sound of like, as Mud pulls his face off of the decaying, thawing flesh of the zombie with like Icker just kind of
he's
like.
a mummy.
Oh, is he a mummy? Okay.
We're not rehydrating him.
He's got to be thawing out a little bit.
That's
He
just
is
it. I thought he might
thawing
be
out.
thawing.
But he does have ice on him, and you are just like a little stuck to the ice.
That's fair.
I can control his flesh.
Jermaine controls how he decays.
I do.
I'm gonna need a
I
break
can
for
choose
sure.
if he's a zombie or a skeleton. And on that,
Let's go to break.
All right.
Okay.
We'll be back in 15. See you soon.
Bye.
Hello and welcome back.
Puddin'.
Good.
Good.
Nobody has any pudding.
Not
Never.
yet.
Although you
Anymore.
may
Not
really wish
anymore.
for it.
Who would eat that?
I could probably turn my halva into pudding if I mash it up.
Your what?
Halva.
I don't know
It's
what
an
that is, I'm
Israeli
sorry.
snack.
Oh.
It's basically paste, but if you mix it up with it, it could be pudding.
Anything could be pudding if you try hard enough, right?
Yeah.
On that note,
On that note,
Including our bodies currently held in.
you're all
Jermaine's-
awake. It's very green. You're all Clementine's being held by Germaine. Mud, you are being held by a zombie. Yeah, you step into this new space. It is a little hard to tell how open it is because it's just like you can see trees, is foliage overhead, there's rich foliage to your side. Yeah, you step out into nice green grass. What do you want to do?
Jermaine, you got us out.
I just turned around
It
and down the
worked.
hallway.
Did the door? It was the door, right?
Yes, did you open it too? I tried for the door. I didn't see you there.
I didn't see you either. I was waiting and just kind of pacing around, and then
Did you hear the scream?
yes,
Jermaine, did you
see,
hear a scream?
Did you see all the claw
Oh
marks?
yes, there was a very loud scream.
Okay.
Uh,
And
Put me down, please.
Is that what dreams are?
no,
Screaming?
no.
Clementine, with your passive perception, you can hear. It's not quite the same, like, really piercing scream that you heard before, but it is like a voice that is very upset far in the distance. And also, the tremors of the earthquake have now calmed and stopped.
Okay. So somebody is mad. I'm not talking about any of me. I'm not talking about me. That wasn't like a somebody is mad. It was I heard another anger scream. I'm not sure if we should go towards it, or there's no other option, I think.
No, we just have to go forward.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go. I'm curious. Do we see any claw marks on the walls here?
Yeah. Is there any foliage broken? From
Make a
running?
perception check. Anyone who wants to.
I'm not even gonna.
Clementine, do you see any claw marks around here?
Or if you want to take
Oh.
the time to kind of like, search through stuff a little bit.
We should both
investigation
roll.
is also
We
fine.
should both roll. I rolled a 1.
Okay. Jermaine, what did you get?
A 13!
Mud, are you rolling?
If I can too, if you let us
Sure, yeah.
dogpile on this, sure, yeah. Not going to help much with a -1. Nope,
I got a
it's
13
6.
with a minus
Well, if you want to
1.
do investigation, you can.
Oh, I would.
If
love
you want
do
to like
this.
search through the foliage.
Yeah, I won't do it with advantage because I won't be doing that with the glasses. But it's a natural 20 for a 24.
Wow.
Nice. And Clementine, what did you get?
I rolled a 1. It's +8, so it's a 9. But
Okay, cool.
Um,
Yeah, you are a little distracted by the anguish screaming that you can hear off in the distance. You
Yeah.
don't get too much.
I think I
of a
get
beat
caught up
this
on that.
place. Jermaine, you don't really see any signs of claw marks or broken vegetation or anything like that. Bud, you don't see any either, but you do notice some odd things about this place that you're in. Firstly, you notice that there are several like wildly different types of plants right next to each other, like a tropical plant right next to an alpine plant, and then something that's from a more arid region right beside that. There's a lot of berries and fruits and things like that. A lot of flowers. It's all very lush and crammed together, but it is in straight lines. It's almost orchard-like in how it is all arranged in neat lines, but very like crammed together, all this different stuff packed together along these lines that lead out into this space.
Now, when you say different and in lines, is it that one type of foliage is all in one line, or just like it's interspersed with a whole bunch in that line?
It's interspersed with a whole bunch in that line.
Okay. So I'm not going to assume that someone's intentionally trying to cultivate specific things like a row of this and a row of that, but it's more like just random shit's been planted in rows.
It's just random, but has been planted in orchard-like rows.
Okay. Someone's... And it looks like it's tended to? Like, does it look wild?
No,
or does it
actually looks quite wild and overgrown.
Okay.
It's actually a little odd in that way because it would take some tending in order to maintain these rows, but these plants are clearly not tended to in any way. They just seem to grow this way.
Right. There's no stuff in between. They are clearly rows, and it's not like the foliage is built up in between or anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Something has clearly been here, gesturing to the rows of foliage. Do you still hear any of the screaming or anything, Clementine? Haven't heard anything.
Kind of all I'm hearing, not it's just distracting. Is it still going?
It kind of comes and goes. It sounds very reminiscent of like someone cursing at something, like they're just having some kind of fit, and just sometimes they get louder and sometimes they get quieter.
Yes, somebody's throwing a little fit.
Somebody, like you. What I heard could have been anything, but you're saying you're hearing words? All I heard was a shriek.
It's not really a shriek. It's like if I probably what my employer is going to be like when I come back from this job. Just very chastised, a little heated, that kind of attitude.
Right. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But so perhaps it's okay. Perhaps we should just go say hello. New friends. Looking at Jermaine.
Yeah, maybe they're just maybe we are stepping on their lawn. Maybe they lost something, or I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you're saying they're throwing a fit, perhaps there's something we can do to help. I mean,
that too.
Can't stay here.
Yes. Maybe looking at the plants, they're so different. Do they seem... I'm just so scared. Do they seem like they're going to suddenly turn into, like, vine monster plants and grab us?
Make a nature check.
Okay. 19.
You don't see any obvious signs of a plant that will reach out and eat you. They all look like pretty normal plants.
Nothing carnivorous?
Yeah, you don't see anything carnivorous. You don't see any signs of... Don't see any, like, grasping tendrils. You don't see any signs of, like, an awakened plant of some kind.
Okay.
Or anything like that.
I think we're probably fine to walk through here. Nothing looks hungry. Let's maybe move quickly, though.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
You heard nothing. You heard nothing.
All right, governor.
Oi, let's be going in. Hey, lads.
Thank you, my friends, for calling me out and making me a better role player and person with accents.
It was just you two
You
mirror
had it
each
over
other.
break, and then it
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
Split away with the pudding.
It's always the word "all right" because that one shows the accent. However you say "all right." Mine's not any better. Mine is like not even a area of the world. So you got that.
Well, let's mosey on that way.
This is what fantasy, our languages in fantasy sound like. It's normal. Everything's correct.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Right.
Yep.
Moving towards the yelling.
All right, so you start heading down the rows.
Yes.
As you walk, you can look up and see a stone ceiling. It's reminiscent of like the stone ceiling, the kind of cave-like stone ceiling you saw that was over the houses, Jermaine and Bud, that you lived in, that first area. It's very reminiscent of that. You walk for quite a ways. This is a very big cavern. As you walk, you can see signs, you can see cracks in the ceiling, signs of that earthquake that had happened earlier. And you also pass some rubble that's fallen down and landed in the grass. As you walk along, you suddenly... the plants transition into shelves, into bookcases that just line in rows, very library-like. It suddenly just kind of shifts into overgrown shelves that have tons of foliage blending into them, and there's still grass underneath your feet, and then it shifts into stone underneath your feet, just like much like, again, that cavern that you first that you lived in, the sort of cobblestone street, and then these shelves become packed with items and books that just stretch on and on and on. And as you go, the yelling gets louder and louder. And you can also see areas, large sections of the ceiling that have collapsed and caved in and crushed, books and stuff underneath them. You're probably like a couple rows over from whoever it is that is screaming, and you can tell that they are speaking in some... Actually, hold on. What languages do you guys speak?
Deep speech and common. That's it for me.
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, and Halfling.
Oh, common, dwarvish, gnomish, and undercommon.
Hold on, let me double check something.
Hey, we all have a pretty wide variety of languages here.
Yeah.
That's good.
You said you speak deep speech?
I do.
Yeah, you understand what this person is saying.
Okay.
It's
I'm gonna go
mostly...
quick before you say anything. Like, that would freak him out because that's what his patron speaks to him occasionally. So.
So you hear echoing in deep speech, basically just a bunch of curses. Just someone is absolutely fucking livid and is kind of just taking out their anger by screaming as loudly as they can and cursing things and throwing things around.
Mud will stop and kind of put out his hands for everyone to stop for a moment. Well, I do say I can understand what this person is saying. Would you please just indulge me for one quick moment? And Mud's gonna kind of go into his own mind for a moment and just be like, Are you there? Just thinking out loud. He's done this multiple, like, dozens and dozens of times since he arrived in this place with Jermaine and has never received a response since being in this place. Can you hear me?
You hear no response. but the screaming stops.
Oh, what'd you do? What'd you do? What'd you do?
I tried to reach out in deep speech in my brain, not to that. I don't think to that person, but tried to reach out.
Okay. Just before, it sounds like you might be the only one that can talk to this thing. So I'd like you to be able to do that very well. So I'm going to make you very good at talking. I know you are a DR, and I'm not saying that you need any improvement, but this is just a little magical help, okay?
Oh, no, hey, everyone's got room to grow. I'll take in some.
Okay. First, out of game question, do you happen to have expertise in persuasion currently?
I have no expertise. I am only. I am proficient in persuasion.
Okay, then I will be casting skill empowerment on you, which gives you expertise in one skill of your choice. If you would like persuasion, that's what I'm thinking, probably.
Okay. If I have to choose now, I would pick persuasion, which would give me a plus 15.
Yeah. So I'm going to make you very good at speaking, because this seems like a good time for that. Okay. I think that you're the best for this, so you got it.
All right. Well, what I'll say is, if we talk to anyone, and if you, I'm not always the greatest at reading people. I've been told I can come off a little tone deaf occasionally if I'm not picking up on something. So if you do pick up on something that I'm missing, please do let me know.
Yes, of course. Yeah. I'll keep an eye out for anything strange. But I definitely shouldn't be the one doing the talking. I don't think. Especially since I can't. But...
Jermaine, is there any chance you could see over one of these stacks that have so magically appeared around us to see where exactly this person is, or what this person is?
Sure, I can try.
The stacks are probably 10 to 12 feet tall, but you can, do what you want. I'm just letting you know how tall they are.
I just walk up to the stack, look up slightly. Would you like me to jump?
Oh, I could send like a little guy as well. Or you could jump. Both are options.
I could simply lift one of you.
Well, that might work as well. Sure, and I'll walk forward.
I hold up my hands.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Alley-oop.
Good luck.
Is Bud the one?
Yeah, Mud's coming up.
Okay, you lift Mud up, and Mud, you peer over the stacks of bookcases, and angles are interesting. So you get lifted up, and you're almost like your feet are above the bookshelves at this point. And a few rows over, you can see another section where the ceiling has caved in, and there's massive boulders that have crushed a bunch of shelves into dust. There's a figure standing by that pile, and it's looking right at where you've peered over the shelves.
Look down at everyone, wide-eyed, look back up, and just be like, oh, hello! I'll sing in deep speech.
Okay.
Hello, it's nice to see a friendly face. Not knowing if it's friendly or not at this point. Too quick. Do you need any assistance?
Hello. You hear echoing in common back to you across the shelves. Make a perception check for me real quick.
Oh, perception. Not so good. Not so good.
Which far
But it's a
away?
natural 20, so a 19.
Ooh,
How many
yeah.
of those have you got? My God.
Damn. Yes, you look at this figure and you recognize her immediately. She is the spitting image of the mural that appeared Clementine saw it behind the object she got stuck in, and it also appeared at the back wall of the houses and everything that you lived in. She has long, silvery white hair and wears these flowing golden robes, decorated with like eye-like symbols down the front. And she looks a bit bloodied, actually. She looks like she's got a gash across her face. A few of her robes are torn. And it looks like she quite possibly got hit by some of the debris that came down from the ceiling.
Okay.
And she looks at you and she says, "It's so nice to see friends and new faces around here."
Feeling like that feels very familiar to Jermaine. When Jermaine has been like, "It's so nice to see your new friends." I'd like to do a couple things, but it's going to depend on what I can see with that 19. If you indulge me a question or two, DM.
For sure, yeah.
Can I see with a quick glance from here a path for us to get to this person, in terms of like where the stacks end and stuff like that?
Yeah. You can easily weave your way through.
Okay. What I'd like to do is I will quickly like kind of say to Jermaine below me. I'll just look down and say, I'm going to stand on the bookcase and kind of like lean forward to like get you to let me go on the bookcase. Would you let me, Jermaine?
Jermaine.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will get there.
I will do whatever you say.
And I will gesture to my friends, like, walk this way, and I will start walking down the bookcase in the direction that where they would be able to like move around and to see her.
Okay.
So I'll like gesture to you guys down below me, like, this way, let's go. And I'll continue talking as I walk and just be like, "Well, it is a pleasure to see what I assume is the owner of this fine establishment."
Owner? You think
Are you
I'm
not?
the owner? If only. That'd make my life a whole lot easier.
Oh, well, you seem to know your way around here. This isn't all yours?
In a matter of speaking, I suppose it is, but it all rather hates me.
Oh, well, that seems hard to believe with such a beautiful, intelligent, well-spoken individual such as yourself. You seem to have run into some trouble there, though. You look, I dare say you look a little bit like you've been injured. Is there something that we could do to help? I have a few friends with me. We might be able to assist you.
I would love your assistance. I just love mortals. You're so wonderful to see you around here. Perhaps I...
Can I insight check some of this since it's common?
Yeah, absolutely. What are you trying to find out?
Do they want to eat us? Or something maybe? Is it oh, I love mortals because they're easy pawns or cannon fodder, or is it like that kind yeah.
Sorry, did she say mortals or morsels?
Yeah, that's
it
sort
was
of thing.
Mortals.
It sounded like she wasn't sure of it either.
Yeah. Is it a... Yeah, I'd like to know the tone of the conversation and if we are in imminent danger. Also, the place rather hates me. Is she I'm getting the feeling that she might be a prisoner here. And I'd like to know if I can get any ideas from what she's saying about if that's true or not.
Go ahead and roll your insight check. I say at this point you have woven your way through the shelves that you've reached an area. You're still a few rows over, but the shelves have been flattened by debris. So you have a clear view of her. It's probably just like difficult terrain to get closer, but you can see her clearly. She's probably 60 feet away.
Okay. A 19 on the insight check.
She is definitely very excited to see you. Genuinely very excited to see you. She. I don't think you can
Like a
gain
chicken
much in
dinner?
terms of like
Yeah.
prisonerness based on her conversation, just because that's not really like a emotion kind of thing.
Yeah, it
Um,
needs to read, but
you're not strictly out of danger, but
Hey.
it doesn't seem like eating you was the first thing on her mind. She's excited to see you for other reasons.
She has other agendas. All right. Yep, I have no way of communicating that to you. You are very high up. No way other than just yelling up to you, which I don't think is a good idea.
That's fair.
I'm just gonna. How do I just give you like a nervous like? Be careful.
Like, smile. Okay.
All right, that's all. I can't do. Thank you.
Jermaine, would you like to do anything?
Yeah. Is Mud translating any of this for us?
Oh,
She's
it's not
speaking in
common.
common.
Okay, she's speaking in common. Cool. Jermaine's gonna just turn his head and look at the zombie, and is gonna cast minor illusion on the key around its
Okay.
neck.
Yeah, what do you want it to look like?
I'm just gonna I'm gonna make it look like I'm assuming there might be like a symbol on the lantern that Jermaine has that was like
Sure.
his
Yeah.
sort of people's, and make it look like an amulet that looks like that instead of a key, with the intention that once he has his hands and is not boosting Mud, he might tuck that into the robes just a little bit. But yeah, it's casting minor illusion, hiding that from.
Yeah, I think
I
you
don't
can
think
do
you're-
all of that before you step out of the shelves and into her line of sight.
I don't think you're
Yeah, I would
boosting
wanna do
Mud
that
anymore.
Yeah, Mud is
Yeah, that's
actually
what-
Mud is standing up on the shelves.
On the
I would have done that
bookshelves.
as soon as she started responding.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. As soon as do you have the zombie stay back, or do you have him come up with you into her line of sight?
He's like a step behind me. He's not
Okay.
hiding behind me. He's there, but
Yeah.
he's, like, just behind me.
As soon as she sees him, she goes, "Oh, it's you! I killed you, didn't I?"
Oh, he's very dead.
Yes. He does look it. How interesting. How interesting.
DM, do I far shot here, but this is the only other creature he's ever heard speak deep speech. Does he recognize the voice?
No.
Okay.
Does she have claws?
You don't see claws currently.
Hey. That
Well-
doesn't mean anything, but
Perhaps we could begin with introductions. My name is Mud. It's a funny story how I got that name, of course. See, I grew up with, I'm not. Well, hold on. I shouldn't, of course, do that first. These are a few of my friends. This is Clementine and Jermaine, and this is our dead friend who you seem to know. What might your name be?
She stares at you for a long, hard moment, and then she says, "Genevieve."
Genevieve. What a beautiful name that is. What are you doing here by yourself?
Well, it's a funny story, you know? I'm rather hoping we might be able to help each other out. I've been stuck here for a very, very long time. Some people brought it upon themselves to put me here and keep me here and never, ever let me out. But I'd really, really like to be out, And you are lovely. You're someone else. I think, aren't you stuck here too? Maybe we could figure out a way out together. Wouldn't that be lovely?
Mud's getting this like little bit of like hair raising on the back of his spine, and looking down at Clementine like, am I catching? Is this insight correct? Kind of thing.
I think the prisoner vibes are happening now. I think it's actually happening now.
Well, why on earth would someone endeavor to keep such a incredible person like yourself trapped here?
I don't know. That's the thing. Ungrateful little bastards, don't you think? I did so much for them. I was their god. And they decided to put me away in this horrible place. I can't get out. They turned my own abilities against me, you know. She like kind of reaches out and picks up an item from one of the shelves, and it's a dagger. And it looks very reminiscent of those evil items, those like cursed items you saw pouring from the ceiling. And she says, you know, outside of this place, when I dream, it becomes reality. It's a very special talent of mine, and it's so exciting. Anything I dream of is mine. But in this place, you know, my dreams work against me. I made this knife, and she like takes a swipe with it, and it, in response, like spikes come out of the handle and stab her hand, and she just, it hurts me. I made it, and it hurts me.
Well, that is a travesty, if I do say so myself, of the tallest order. Cannot imagine doing that to someone at all. So just so I'm making sure I understand here, this one, pointing at the undead, was this one of the ones who worshipped you at one point and then put you in here?
Well, I wouldn't say it really worships me anymore, but it is the same. It has been a very, very, very long time, you know. But it was the same people. He works for the same organization. You know, they sit up in that damn cat statue all day long and sit there, and you can't touch them because it cancels out everything you do. But I finally got them down. I finally dragged them down, but I still can't get out. The damn thing won't work. It's really quite funny, isn't it? We're all trapped here together, you know. Can't break these ceilings. I tear them down and they fall on me. I make new paths. I make new areas, and it's all just tied back together, and I can't ever get out.
He starts talking, looking at her, but then looks down at his friends. Well, ain't that a motherfucker? Just kind of...
Oh.
Well, is there something? I mean, we would clearly like to leave this place. It sounds like you would as well.
Yes.
You seem like a very smart person. Perhaps, we didn't catch your name. I will remind you. And I feel very rude, of course, just referring to you
Genevieve.
as a person.
It
Oh,
was
Genevieve, we did. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm a little rattled by all of this. Is there something that we could do to assist you leaving, and perhaps we could...
Well, I can't
leave as
get that damn cat to work, but maybe you can. You know, it's not supposed to work for me. You know, it worked for them. They're the people that run it and built it and everything. But, you know, this whole place is built against me. But it's not really meant against you. You're just stuck here with me.
What was the world like when you were in it?
Oh, it was marvelous. I was one of the most powerful beings in the world, you know. People worshipped the ground I stood upon.
Oh. you said you did a lot for people. What kind of miracles do you do?
Anything they wanted, you know. They just had to give me something worthwhile in return.
Any of this
I
sounding
let
familiar to
them.
Jermaine?
Make a history check for me. Or a religion check, either one.
Can I just fucking say, Ian, fucking awesome character. This is
Very
terrifying.
cool. Very, very cool. I'm so scared and I don't know what to do right now.
16?
16. Yeah, you get an inkling of something. Some like sparks connect. And somewhere in between your monastery happening and you ending up here right now, like in your travels, you remember hearing tale of a religious order that was particularly zealous and particularly violent and determined to kind of just take over the area they were in. It wasn't near where you lived or were at that time, but you do remember hearing about it. And it all kind of just fell apart in one rather big catastrophic moment that you did not witness. But it is one of those things of like a big organization like that does not fall apart without,
Yeah.
fireworks.
Yeah.
What was the last miracle you did before you ended up in here?
I don't know. I don't remember.
No, it's the last one you were able to complete. Maybe it was.
It's all
memorable.
rather, taken up by the memory of those awful people trapping me in here, Coming after me, after everything I did. I
Why
let
would
them.
they turn against their god?
I don't know.
Do they really not? Does she really not know?
Make an insight check.
Yeah.
And while they're asking those questions, I will be trying to be like, yeah, I mean those terrible people, of course, like very trying to like butter her, like just try to keep us on her good side as we ask those great questions.
For sure. Yeah. With an 11.
No, I rolled really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to say. It's definitely like she's not telling you the whole truth, but whether if that is willful ignorance or genuine she doesn't know, you don't know.
I can't see over the thunderous heartbeat in my ears as I'm like, oh my god, this like creepy god thing. I don't know what's happening.
Are we still feeling
What is-
tremors from time to time?
No, there's no tremors right now. Jermaine, there's a DC to see through minor illusion, isn't there?
I believe you're
shit.
correct.
Did you tuck the thing away?
Yeah, I would have tucked as soon
Oh yeah,
as,
you
like,
hid
we
it
came
away.
around
Okay.
into you.
Cool. Yeah. In that case, nicely done. Because she looks over the figure and she goes, there were two of them. That damn thing required two people to operate. And cat, yes. The cat with its stupid anti-magic eyes and all that fun stuff that comes with it. There's two of them. And they each had a key. And she holds up another amulet that looks exactly like the one that you had. And she says, I have one. I don't know where the other is. I killed them both. But this place, it hates me. I killed one, and I lost him before I realized what I needed to get. So, I don't suppose you saw what he had. Did he have it on him?
It was in the ice.
Can I see what this is? What is it we're looking for?
It's the key. And she'll hold it out, and it...
I will climb down, and I will walk
yeah.
forward with my hand out.
She holds it in front of your face. She does not put it in your hand. But you can clearly see it's the same kind of amulet that the other guy had.
When I get up, I'm gonna like pull up my glasses and put them on the tip of my nose, kind of thing, and be like, may I see it for a moment? I might be able to see if there's something we can do about perhaps maybe making another one or something else. May I?
She is still holding onto it, and she's like, "Yes, you may look."
Oh, yes, I'm an artificer. If I was able to handle it, I may be able to recreate it.
You may look. You may touch it, but I'm not letting go. I've been after this thing for centuries. I'm not letting go.
I will stop trying. I will stop barking up that tree for the moment, and I will kind of nonchalantly kind of like wander around, just generally moving away, but like kind of like picking up things and looking at things as I talk to her, but trying to move 5-10 feet away.
Yeah.
And I'll just be like, oh, well, I certainly wouldn't want to make you uncomfortable, but we may need to, as new friends in this place who are clearly in a shared predicament, we may need to learn to trust each other just a little bit to, find a way out of this. If you won't share that key, that
you can look at it. You can inspect it.
Well,
she holds it out like she was willing to let you touch it and like inspect it, but she's not letting go of the strap that it hangs on.
I understand that.
Yeah, just making sure.
I don't
she's like
particularly care to look at it while she's holding it.
That's fair.
But I will try to just continue to be part of her good graces.
Yeah.
How is she sitting?
She's standing. She's standing
sorry.
right next to this pile of rubble. She's got blood on her and stuff still. There's some blood on the rocks too.
Mm-hmm. Is it hers?
She's like actively bleeding down her face, and doesn't seem particularly bothered by it right now.
That was going to be my next question. Yeah.
You can intuit that the rocks fell on her. She was hurt, felt the pain, was really annoyed by it, and that's why she was screaming. But it's not enough to like impair her now that she has a different focus. It's more of like she was just real fucking pissed in that moment.
When clarifying question, when you were like talking in your head, Mud, were you speaking out loud or were you talking in your head?
At the very beginning, I briefly spoke in my head when so Mud has a patron as a warlock. That he, and I briefly reached it because I had never heard anyone else speak deep speech before. So some ancient thing that Mud talks to also speaks deep speech. And I heard deep speech and thought, maybe I can communicate. Maybe this is my patron. Reached out in my head, didn't hear back, but the voice then I stopped talking in my head. I started talking out loud.
And then she stopped. I'm trying to figure out if she has, like, if she can read minds, telepathy. Because if she can, then any plots that we're having about taking this key are definitely known already, and anything else. So
you can make another insight check if you would like, based on your conversation and the thoughts you've been having.
Yeah. Okay. The thoughts I'm currently having are
no thoughts at all.
Jermaine's just a blank slate.
I'm like looking like, does she read minds and staring and then trying to figure it out. Oh, good. Okay, I rolled well this time. 26.
You gather she probably cannot like direct. She can't read your thoughts as in like she knows every word you're thinking as you're thinking it.
Yeah.
There might be some sort of like extrasensory level stuff, but it's not like full mind reading by any means. She doesn't seem to be aware of the fact that you're wanting to steal the key necessarily beyond just like general suspicion.
Okay.
Oh, do you say anything? Oh, sorry.
Oh, take her back to
it being the corpse.
I don't suppose your corpse friend has any answers.
We tried asking him before, but I think things got a little messy in the soup.
Unfortunate.
Well, it's been like animating the dead is an art, and I take what I'm given. And he seems to have been. When did you kill him?
I don't know. I don't know how time works in this place exactly. It always changes, you know? Very hard to track.
Before or after all the shaky shakes?
Oh, the shaky shakes only happen because I killed them. They're no longer keeping guard to stop me causing them.
Oh, you're causing the tremors.
Yes! What do you think? I'm trying to break out of this place.
Oh, that's smart. That makes sense. Right.
Did you also
you know
cause
more-
the pancake smell?
The what?
Jermaine's like looking at Mud. Like the only other weird thing Jermaine has picked up on is earthquakes and pancakes, and that's it.
That rhymes. Yeah.
There was a delicious smell of pancakes at one point when we were traveling through here, and we never did quite find the source of that, but I would be forever grateful if we did.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing about this space. It twists your dreams. Well, my power, as I mentioned, I turn my dreams into reality. And this place, it turns my power against me. Everything I come up with becomes real in a way to keep me locked here, to torment me endlessly.
Huh.
Perhaps it was one of your dreams, and it made it real for you.
I don't dream.
You're lucky. In this
Love
case,
to have
at
one
least.
day.
Maybe I'll dream that for you.
Jermaine is like having an existential moment of like, if someone else dreams that I have a dream, does that mean that I dream?
Dreamception.
Yeah. How is my corpse friend looking? Is he registering any of this?
He's looking very, uncomfortable. He doesn't have a lot of, expressions on his face, but he is not getting any closer. He seemed very uncomfortable about stepping into her line of sight and is kind of hiding behind you.
Yeah. We have a deep bond. It's okay. I can pick up what he's putting down.
Yeah.
Well, I bet if the two people had the keys, and the other way out, it would be silly for both of them to be sitting in the same place with the way out. So, it's probably hidden somewhere. So, I mean, it must be. You should probably look for it.
We certainly should. I've been trying to find it, and I haven't been able to.
Okay. Well, now there's
Perhaps
more
the
people.
three of you have an idea. This place, it only bites me.
Oh no, I was very injured.
Well,
He's been bitten multiple times.
Yes.
This place is dangerous, but it doesn't target you the way it targets me.
That's fair.
Well then, if we're going to look effectively, then we should probably not be right beside you.
Certainly.
Okay. Then,
But I have the other key, so
But
you
yes.
have to come back to me.
of course, yes, of course, right.
What do the keys do?
They control the cat. The cat is the way out.
Jermaine is very much struggling with words right now. Like, okay, so we're going to find a cat and put keys inside the cat.
The
And
cat
then
is not
going-
really a feline. It's
Yeah.
It is a
Is it a
machine.
metaphor?
I met the cat.
No,
that's the
it's a
room.
machine.
It's Jermaine. Remember the room that I was in when you first saw me? That's the cat room. That's the room with the cat.
Oh, it's been a very long time since I've been in that room on any other form. That makes sense. Okay, so we need to take the 2 keys into that room. Was there a cat? No, I understand. Jermaine is still a little. So we're gonna. Why don't you come with us and we take the key there?
No, the
And on
problem.
the way, we find the
problem
other
is
one.
the problem is that they're targeted by the place, and so we will get targeted if we're around them. So we need to split up to look so we don't die.
But how are we ever going to be able to bring the keys together if you're being targeted and you have one and we have the other? Should we find it?
Well, you will give me the other key. Then we will
Well,
go to the cat, and it will get us out.
If we open it, wouldn't it be open for everybody?
Everybody who?
Well, no, like everyone in here. Like if it's open,
Oh,
then
no,
it's just
the-
open. Is it like a door?
No, it's not like a door.
Oh.
It's like a vessel.
Oh.
So it can travel between.
a cat spaceship.
Yeah. Me too.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what it is. It travels between this plane and another plane. That's how.
Any plane?
No, I don't know. I've never been inside it.
Oh, you really should. It's a very nice space. It's very welcoming. It's very warm.
That thing is my jail keep. I cannot go inside it because then I would get out. That's the whole point.
Well, then how are you going to get in if we go?
I have the key.
Purposely pissing off.
Okay. All right. Now,
We're having this argument. You can see her form kind of like twitch in a way that human bodies should not.
Okay, that's good input though. That's good to know.
well, I have a question. If we were to go off and go looking for this other key, for us all together, is there any way that we could communicate with you to let you know if we find it, or if when did you hear me when I was speaking and I thought you might have been somebody else.
I heard something reaching out. I realized you were there.
So I couldn't have used that, unfortunately, to speak to you.
When you dream, this place becomes different. It becomes malleable. Perhaps when you sleep, you can reach me then.
What if... Oh, this is a stupid question just designed to piss her off.
Do it!
What if one of them sleeps and dreams the key? Will it be there? If you say dreams are can you do the dream into reality?
What
Can we
happened
do
when
that
you?
here?
Yeah, that's what happened if you dreamed.
And then it's
the
not
key.
twisted
Well,
because
there's
you're
the
not the
thing.
dreamer, but we are.
It might work. I don't know. I can only dream my own dreams and they'll get fucked. So, maybe you can. That's why I want your help. You know?
Well, that sounds like a great opportunity for building of friendships, and I am all for it. If I do say so myself, Genevieve, I am very for this.
I love friendships.
I can tell you seem a very genuine and personable individual. I would suggest that why don't we go looking for the key right now, immediately, please, and then we'll let you know if we find something.
Sounds good.
Great. And Mud's going to be like, we should probably go. We have a mission now. We can accomplish our little adventuring crew.
I'll be waiting. Don't take too long. I'll come find you. See how it's going.
I don't really see what the whole big deal is. This place is kind of nice. Jermaine's just like grumbling with themselves.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we lost you, Abby. Are you still there?
Abby.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Yes, I am. My camera died.
Oh no.
Clementine is like,
Well-
okay, we're out.
Clementine's like, bye. Well,
Hey,
Sorry, yeah. I
Yeah,
would try
no,
to
go ahead.
usher us back to the room.
yeah, she will let you go. I think as you guys step away from her back into the shelves and you head back to the orchard area, we're going to call it for this evening. She takes a seat and sits there very primly with the other key and watches you go.
Oh.
Would I would like to. May I say something? Just I want to say something so I get it out before I forget it next time we play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you
Sure.
let me?
Sure. Yeah, I will say she's well out of earshot at this point. She's not going to hear you. She's not following you.
Back towards the room, Mud would look at everyone and be like, if our dreams have a chance of becoming reality, there's one place where we have been able to control what we're doing while we're asleep, and that is in that room. Perhaps if we were to go in there and allow ourselves to fall asleep again, I don't know, we picture her dropping the key or something, or we picture her throwing it away.
Oh, she definitely sense intention. And also she said she can sense what we do in the dream possibly. So if we picture her, she would know, I think. But this is an interesting idea and I think we should work on this. We definitely need to get it from her. Whatever she is, it's not, I don't think it's a good thing. I don't think. We're in
That's all I
danger.
wanted to say. Yeah. Yeah. I'm in danger.
Yeah.
All right. And there's where we're going to end it.
Oh, Genevieve is terrifying.
Yes. Yes, incredibly.
Holy crap. For someone who's been playing the environment and the creatures and the place, it's fun getting to hear you play a character
Yes.
who's gonna fuck shit up.
Yes. Oh, and the longer we she's hurt right now, and the longer we wait, the longer she has to heal.
Yeah, do we just go in guns blazing and hope for the best?
Well, the problem is I've been using spells this whole time. We've been traveling all day.
I got shit.
Yeah.
Once
I mean,
I use all my spells. I have no other way of attacking things, though. I'm just yeah.
I mean, maybe a
all we do
long
is-
rest.
And then
A long
she
rest
messes
where
up.
we attempt to do something in the dream, and then
Yeah,
if it doesn't
I think
work,
that's
we
interesting. I like the idea. I don't. We'd have to. I need to think harder about it though, because I feel like it could monkey paw us really hard.
yeah, not too hard. She'll hear you.
Ah.
Jermaine
Wow.
will cheer you on from the sidelines as
Oh,
an impossibility of sleep for him.
well, we could dream that you dream with us, that you're there.
Again, if you dream that I dream, does that give me a dream or does that create a dream version of me? That can
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Huh.
I
dreaming.
have plans, don't worry. Jermaine will not be sitting around.
Oh no, that was not what I'm worried about. I just love the idea of we're going into dream battle, and Jermaine is just like, woo!
I
Go
will make-
team.
I'll make sure you're warm when you sleep.
Can't even be magically put to sleep.
Huh. Wizards get to pick spells, right? Do we pick spells if we sleep? I don't know how that works.
No.
I've never played a wizard.
No,
You can-
we with the spells we have are the spells we have.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
It's not like
Well,
a
for right
druid or a
now, I
cleric,
think
eh?
because you have your wizard spell book, and you do have a limit to the number of spells you can prepare.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
over the course of a game, you can get more spells in your book. But when you're just building a character from the rule book,
Right,
the number of
okay.
spells you have is equal to the number of spells you can prepare.
Yep, gotcha.
So we don't have any extras.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
haven't been looking for any extras.
No, you
I was like-
haven't.
I know there's some spells that are like, induce dream things and induce like altered stuff. But I mean, why would you think you need that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
No,
I have
no,
some
no,
spells
no.
that I didn't, because I have more spells like than I have prepared. Like I know more spells than I have prepared because I was intelligent enough. But I don't know. I could change some of them, but
And you
I
can
have a
certainly
feeling it would
try
not be helpful.
creating stuff in Dream. She was making magical items. They were all cursed to hurt her when she used them, but she did make them. So that is something to consider.
if they're
They
cursed to
also
hurt her, that's a good thing. If
hurt
they,
me.
yeah, hurt us.
What were you going to say, Jackie?
They also hurt me.
Yeah,
They weren't just straight up cursed items, but they were all items that she dreamed. Just have
Just
to
looked
see
at-
how it works.
I just looked at my spell list and I realized I've only prepared 15 of 16 that I know. And I'm like, oh, I've got 20 here or something. So I'm like, oh, maybe I haven't looked at
One
what
more.
else.
Well, we will
Wow.
be playing on the 16th,
In 2 weeks, yeah, so the 16th.
the very special day.
It's a birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Are you okay to play on the 16th?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Then we'll see everyone
No, we're
then.
fine.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Do we have any
I
That's
don't
what
think
she
there's
said.
anything else. I think that's just it.
I'll do my little YouTuber thing. Join us on the Discord. Come hang out
Yeah.
with us. We're really fun. The link's down in the description below. If you hung around with us all this time, click that like button, smash that subscribe.
Yeah.
Join us for other Dice Cult shows on other various days of the week. Mondays,
Yeah. On the back
Saturdays.
of
Backs of
God.
gods.
yes,
Saturdays
Mondays we have Backs of Gods.
is
Saturdays,
Vampire the
Horror
Masquerade.
Night? Yeah, Vampire
Yes.
Masquerade.
Tuesday
And-
are Frank's drink and play D&D day. I think they're still kicking over there.
And
Nice.
you can catch up with any of our other shows on our channel here that we've recorded and played. So I think that's it. Follow us on socials. We're around.
Come talk to us on Discord.
Yeah,
I
be our
wrote a
friend.
dissertation about anime in the chat. Or not
Yeah,
the
if you
chat.
want
true.
to have a real long anime discussion,
It's really
anyone
good.
wants to
We're
chat
here.
about Attack on Titan, so much is happening. But yeah, other than that, we will see you in 2 weeks. And thank you all.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Bye. Great gaming, and thank you.